மரியாதைக்குரிய தமிழக ஆளுநர் திரு பன்வாரிலால் புரோஹித் அவர்களே, மீன்வளத்துறை அமைச்சர் திரு ஜெயக்குமார் அவர்களே, இசை அகாடமி தலைவர் திரு முரளி அவர்களே, இந்திய அரசு முன்னாள் செயலாளர் மற்றும் இந்நாள் வெளியிட இருக்கும் புத்தகத்தின் இணை எழுத்தாளர் டாக்டர் டி ராமசுவாமி அவர்களே, சிஎஸ்ஆர்ஏ இயக்குனர் டாக்டர் கபூரியா அவர்களே, புகழ்பெற்ற மிருதங்க வாசிப்பாளர் மற்றும் இந்நாள் வெளியிட இருக்கும் புத்தகத்தின் இணை எழுத்தாளர் டாக்டர் உமராயபுரம் சிவராமன் அவர்களே, இந்நாள் வெளியிட இருக்கும் புத்தகத்தின் இணை எழுத்தாளர் டாக்டர் எம்டி நரேஷ் அவர்களே, திருமதி கீதா ராஜசேகரன் அவர்களே, இசை கலைஞர்கள், விஞ்ஞானிகள் மற்றும் சகோதர சகோதரிகளே, அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். என்ற மிருதங்க வாசிப்பாளர் மற்றும் இந்நாள் வெளியிட இருக்கும் புத்தகத்தின் இணை எழுத்தாளர் டாக்டர் உமையாதபுரம் சிவராமன் மற்றும் டாக்டர் டி ராமசுவாமி மற்றும் டாக்டர் எம்டி நரேஷ் மற்றும் ஆகியோரால் எழுதப்பட்ட மிருதங்க குறித்து தலை சிறந்த புத்தகத்தை வெளியிடுவதில் நான் மிகவும் மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறேன். My dear brothers and sisters, I really feel very happy today, this evening, that I have been able to come to this beautiful function of releasing this book based on the research and experience of three great people coming together. Let me first of all convey my warm greetings to all of you. I'm here in this Central Leather Research Institute auditorium. I remember Dr. Nayudamma has worked in this institute and connected science to society. Today we celebrate another laudable connection between art and science. Only day before yesterday, Dr. Umayadapuram Sivaramanji and Dr. Ramaswamy approached me for the launch of this monograph on musical excellence of Mridangam. Normally, a request is made, the Vice President office will go through it, there is some so-called protocol, and normally it takes a month or two. When these people came to me, and then I met this great man, and I came to know the purpose, I instantly agreed. I said, I shall come here day after tomorrow. This is a monograph on musical excellence of Mridangam. I congratulate the people of Chennai for the manner in which this remarkable event has been organized at such a short notice. My heart connects to three aspects about this program. The first is the seamless fusion of art and science. The second is the use of modernity to serve traditional livelihood craft. And the third is a scientific proof of ingenuity of our civilization. It represents and presents a tribute to our civilizational legacy. We are a great civilization. Unfortunately, our history, our books do not mention much about it. We are one of the most ancient civilization which is thriving even now in spite of colonial rule. The other civilizations which are old like us, they could not flourish like this. You have seen, I need not elaborate about the historical aspect of the same. Because this civilization is based on the philosophy of living together, Vasudaika Kutumbakam, Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu, universal brotherhood, and then respect to all creatures of God. That is the basic philosophy. Share and care is the core of our Indian philosophy. So we must always try to propagate, protect our culture, our traditions, our civilization. What is civilization? Civilization is a way of life. The way with which our forefathers have lived. And then We must all try to imbibe that culture, that tradition, and follow in practice in our daily life of the teachings and preachings, pronouncements made by our forefathers in various fields. I am so pleased to note that the monograph is the fruit of path-breaking effort. Tools of modern science are brought to bear, service to an ancient instrument, namely Mridangam. Making of the instrument is largely an artisanal activity relying on family inherited profession once upon a time. Science has a responsibility to add value to such livelihood craft for preserving and protecting cultural heritage. The monograph bears ample evidence of its intent and responsible societal action. Mridangam is an instrument made with ordinary and locally available materials, but exhibits musical beauty like no other Western counterpart. Reference is made in our religious literature that Nandikeswara Bhagavan played Mridangam for the Tandava dance of Lord Shiva. Mridangam is a part of our religion, history, and culture. Sir J.C. Bose once said, I quote, "It is for man not to quarrel with circumstances, but bravely accept them." And then we belong to that race and dynasty who had accomplished the great things with simple means. Mridangam provides a proof and inspiration for accomplishing of great things with simple means. I compliment both the authors and the publisher for bringing out a world-class product. The monograph serves three key purposes. It makes a strong case for collaboration between music and science. It opens up new opportunities for future research on Mridangam. It is an outreach of South Indian music to the global musical community. Modern science has now been applied for standardization of the fabrication methodology. The research presented might be the very first example of science meeting with the technology needs of ancient Indian musical artists. I really wish that more such collaborations and many path-breaking contributions happen in future. When rivers merge, we consider it as a holy place. Here is a Sangamam. Modern science and ancient music forms merger here. We are just 2 days away from the birth anniversary of Sir C.V. Raman, the Nobel Prize winner of 1930 for his discovery of Raman effect. I learned that the pioneering work on Mridangam was done by none less than C.V. Raman, Sir C.V. Raman. As early as in 1920, he pays high encomium to the ancient Hindu culture in his lecture delivered in 1934. He also says, quote, whereas Western percussion instruments are noise producers, Mridangam is musical and elicit harmonics. What is required is not simple noise, but a sound voice which will convey some good message. Next year will be the centenary of his great finding on Mridangam. I know that the monograph is an outcome of nearly 2 decades of sadhana of an artist, Dr. Sivaraman, and scientists led by Dr. Ramaswamy. I must congratulate the entire team as well as the joint leadership of a musical Vidwan and a scientist administrator. The fusion of 2 different knowledge systems tries to connect to consciousness of both music lovers and scientists. Even without being a technical person, I don't have much knowledge. I don't know much about music except I am an ordinary music lover. When I get tension, I pay attention to music and reduce my tension. Of course, nowadays I don't have much tension because I am in a different responsibility, constitutional position. Earlier, And I was in thick of politics and public life, 42 years. Meeting people, greeting people, talking with people, walking with people, going around with the people, spending time with the people, addressing the people's problems, understanding the people and all. There used to be a lot of occasions where there used to be tension and all. But the moment I get into music, the tension used to be reduced and the mind used to pay enough attention. That is the greatness of the music. Not only that, music, according to me, gives you solace, satisfaction, equilibrium. And of course, in our country, music is also combined with spirituality. And then people enjoy it. Now, Western countries are also looking towards India for this, to get equilibrium, to get santwana, what is that perfect sort of a satisfaction or a relief. I can sense that this monograph may have moved the frontier of knowledge to the next level of innovations. They have built new types of mridangam. They seek to set new standards for nadam. Now we are living in an era of innovation, incubation, coming with out-of-box ideas. It's the time. And this book is an effort in that direction. I'm happy to see that it's now possible to make transport-friendly instrument. I am told that they have filed patents for new types of instruments. An instrument made with untanned skins and cooked rice needs to comply with the phytosanitary laws of islands like Australia if our art forms are to spread to other parts of the world. That seems possible with the research. It's interesting and the truly path-breaking. Let me make some general remarks to the people of Chennai on this auspicious occasion when we are celebrating a rare synthesis. Artists generally feel, create, differentiate, and set standards. Scientists as a group tend to measure, discover, standardize, and calibrate. Here is a case where art and science have merged. This research is giving us benefits of measuring what is felt, discovering to create, standardize the differentiated and calibrate the new standards set. It is a cooperation across the cross borders of knowledge domains. I am aware that considerable research have been made using modern science of Western musical instruments. Such is not the case in the case of Indian musical instrument. There are disconnections. Sir C.V. Raman was a pioneer among scientists. To me, Umadayapuram Sivaraman is another such pioneering percussionist. He is a musician and also a scientist. Innovative. I have read his comments in the first part of the monograph. He has strived to create new instruments and new playing methods. He has shown all the attributes of a scientist. He is a renowned artist of high eminence. He is an inspiration to the next generation of artists for reaching out to methods of science for enhancing our musical beauty. And if the beauty and duty combine together, it will become mighty. I have also a request for scientists of this country today. Sir J.C. Bose was truly a nationalist. He is perhaps the first modern scientist in my opinion. He gave prescription to Indian science which are relevant even today. He stood for advancement of knowledge that owes its birth to India and places in the country in Federation of Science. He demonstrated first that plants respond differently to sounds of various frequencies and behave like emotional beings. Plants, every human creature. I think even our Jaykumar's fish also will dance according to the tunes of the music. They are also creatures. You know that fish dance also. I am aware that our science was built on the foundation of spirituality. Our spiritual teachers throughout the ages insisted that they sensed connectedness. Indian systems of art, music, medicine, and many others are built on the convergence of knowledge. The world view of the future is now slowly converging towards the concept of interconnectedness of all knowledge systems as envisioned by our thought leaders. I see in this monograph the footprint of such connectedness without borders. Isthmus means small piece of land which connects two large land masses. Musical excellence of Mridangam, Dr. Umalayapuram K. Sivaraman, Dr. T. Ramaswamy, and Dr. Naresh is like an isthmus which connects music and science. It strives to enable but not replace tradition with modernity. It has proved scientifically that our ancestors were able to design, develop, and demonstrate musical excellence through human ingenuity. As I launch this book, I wish to see this as a beginning of greater things to come in future through multiplier effects of Sangamam of minds. Let there be a new beginning. Let the future be shaped from the lessons of the past and aspirations of human minds which scales new heights. Unity, unity of mind, unity of action is the need of the hour. All of us should understand, remember the great teachings and preachings of Mahatma Gandhi, where he preached for unity. That is the basic need now. And people are trying to divide the people on the basis of caste, creed, sex, religion, and region. What is required is bringing unity. And music is one such thing, and science is another one, which can bring that unity of mind as well as purpose. The world at places is facing turmoil. There is so much threat to the peace. Peace is the prerequisite for progress. As I said earlier, if you have tension, you cannot pay attention. So to reduce tension, pay more attention. Peace is the prerequisite, and peace can be achieved through this music and science coming together. My dear sisters and brothers, India has a long, rich musical heritage, starting with Samaveda and Natya Shastra, composed almost 2000 years ago. The roots of Indian music can be traced to Vedic literature. Samaveda in particular, the Sanskrit saying Susurveti, Parsurveti, Veti Gana Rasam, aptly sums up the magical power of music. The classical music and dances of India, like India's philosophical and religious thoughts, have flourished over ages. The unbroken tradition of musical excellence continues even to this day. What defines India is this rich heritage of music and its unifying role in bringing people together, cutting across religious regions, castes, and communities. We speak different languages. We wear different attire. We belong to different states. Mr. Jayakumar was telling, proud to be a Tamilian. Yes, be proud to be a Tamilian, be proud to be an Indian also. Because what is required is, India is incomplete without Tamil Nadu. And Tamil Nadu itself is part of India. All of us, as I told you, we have different languages, alag bhasha, alag vesh, फिर भी अपना एक देश, विविधता में एकता, भारत का विशेषता. Unity in diversity is the beauty of this country, is the richness of this culture and heritage. We should all strive to work hard to preserve, to promote that culture, that heritage, and it can be easily propagated, achieved through music and science coming together. Art unites hearts. Art unites hearts. It enriches the quality of our lives. Life is not simply earthly pleasures. I'm not trying to be philosophical. Learned out of my own experience. Simply having good dress, good food, good house, or other good things, earthly things alone will not make you happy. You need something more. You need freedom. You need freedom of expression. You need music. You need dance. You need various performances. You need, some people get very much, what do you call, enthused by seeing a very prospering crop, greenery. Some people enjoy seeing the water. So, and our Panchabhutas in our this thing, mythology, they give you strength. But unfortunately, we are now neglecting the nature. The time has come that we should all start love and live with the nature. Nature, culture, together for better future. That should be our goal. That makes you perfectly happy, immensely happy. I can tell you, when I see a beautiful green agriculture field, I feel very happy, as if I'm addressing 1 lakh gathering. The politicians, I used to enjoy addressing more people. Those days. When I see sea also, water. When I see rains coming, good rains, not extra rains, good rains. The extra rains is account because of we started neglecting the nature, water. And then also when I walk on the soil, that too Indian soil, I feel elevated. And also the sun. India, we are very fortunate to have sun. Sun, not our sun, the sun. Sun gives you strength. Sun gives you energy. Sun cures you of many illnesses, including illness here. So we have to take, and moon also makes you feel happy, cooler. But many of us have no chance to see the moon because we are living in this modern this thing where there is no scope to see the moon or where there is no scope to see the sun also. And now some of us do not have time even to see our own sons also. So they are going their way. This family system in India is the greatest strength. That is the specialization of our civilization. I am very happy whenever I come this side of the country, Tamil Nadu, I feel very happy because Tamil Nadu still maintains the family system, culture, traditions also. When I became vice president, people asked me, "So, what about the dress?" Media people. I said, "What dress, sir? Now you have become vice president." So I said, "Okay, I have become vice president." They were trying to convey something but could not dare to say openly. "Sir, vice president." I said, "Vice president." So, "Sir, dress." Then I could understand. I said, "No change of dress, only change of address." Earlier I was living 30 Abdul Kalam. Now I have moved to 6th Maulana Azad Road. That's all, same dress. And nobody is going to downgrade you because of your dress. I can share with you, Mr. Jayakumar was mentioning about NAM conference, non-aligned meet. There was around 120 countries. Some of them are heads, presidents, vice presidents, prime ministers and all. I was the only man who was wearing this Indian white dress. And you could see the photo also. And some people feel, no, the vice president also. But I am enjoying it. I am enjoying my dress, right, which will convey my address also. You must always, should not forget your roots, your culture, your language, but should not quarrel on that with others. Because of our Indian philosophy, as I told you, different. My dear brothers and sisters, that's why the music enriches our lives. It gives you more happiness, a different feeling. Some of us have experienced, all of us have experienced it today. how this great man, Sivaramanji, at this age, 85 years, I don't know, some of us will be able to even move also without the help. And also the way he was using the instrument, the strength he has got in it because of the discipline, because of the sadhana, because of the unity of mind and body. See how healthy he is. Our youngsters should really follow, and that is also strength of the music, I can tell you. The amount of self-discipline that's being practiced. The society gets discipline also through music. I remember, as I told you, I don't have much knowledge about the music. I do not have any practice also. And my tone also is not that much good also. I remember now after seeing this Dr. Sivaramanji, I remember having met two great musicians at a very young age in my town, Nellore. One is Chambai Vaidyanatha Iyer. The other was D.K. Pattammal. Both of them, they came to Nellore to participate in Tyagaraja festival, music festival. At that age, I was there, and then it was a news to the city, so we all went and enjoyed the music. It had the effect on the mind. Like every facet of India, there is a fascinating diversity, extraordinary breadth and incredible depth in India's music. It has a treasure of house of songs that has been providing continuous nourishment to the mind, heart and soul. Continuous nourishment to the mind, heart and soul. You will get a perfect protein food. Food in the, not in the other sense, where you can get the protein, strength and enjoyment. Every note and the cadence associated with our ancient music systems has to be preserved and propagated. What the authors of the book have attempted to add Vijnana, science, to the Sangeeta Jnana, musical knowledge, to bring out the musical excellence of one of our most important musical instruments, Mridangam. I add my own support to the cause of our Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Bhai Modi. He has given a message for this book for collectively harnessing the diversity of our culture and classical music to realize our vision, Ek Bharat, Shrestha Bharat. I hope this monograph and research will be very well received and inspire many others to continue this tradition of knowledge creation. Thank you very much. Namaskar, Vanakkam, Jai Hind.